are, CTV update for September 13th already. My goodness. Well, there's a lot, still a lot going on. It is winding down a bit at the club. The closings will be happening pretty soon. I know registration for men's closing begins next week. But before we get to that, we had a result from the Quinn Hoffman on Saturday. I was here watching the celebration. Looked like they had a good time.
John, we had a great turnout, more golfers than last year. So this past Saturday we had the men's Quinn Hoffman, which is a two-man net event. The winners this year, with a winning score of 9 under, was Darren McCready and Ryan O'Neill, both newer members to the club, which is great. They had a blast. We used the live scoring again, so through Golf Genius. Everyone was watching the live leaderboard on their phones. It came right down to the last group. A couple tied at -8. We thought we were going to have a big playoff, but then the one group came in at -9. So a lot of fun, a great event.
That's super. Well, they're always a lot of fun, and I know it wasn't the most popular result with the other people that were here on Saturday, but for those two, it was very popular. They had a good time. Listen, I had a chance to talk with Jason Stone, who's the architect of our Legacy Pathway. It is complete. I have some video you're watching now about that pathway. But I said, Jason, what would happen if I wanted to... Well, first of all, he told me that we've created quite a bit of revenue with that already. And then he said, by the way, if you still want to get stones etched, you can still do so. Tell us about how we would go about doing that and how we're doing with that pathway.
Yes, definitely. Orders are still being accepted. So as you mentioned, it appears finished, but what we're doing is we're taking the blank stones and we're taking them to Hawkesbury to get etched, and then we'll be replacing them. So there'll be a number of batches even going into next year. So we're still accepting an order, every day or every other day. And the project has been very good to support some of the 60th activities that have been going on all season, including some events that we've had and upcoming events, as well as the revenue's been supportive of our new sign out close near the first tee and some of the new lights and work. So it's being put to great use, definitely.
Well, that's wonderful news, and they're going to send them out in batches, but every 8 or 9 orders, so they go get them etched and then they bring them back. And Jason Stone has said to me that he will be taking care of this for the next 2 years in case anything happens with the shifting or anything like that. So we're in good hands with that, and thanks to Jason for the wonderful work he's done on that. Yesterday we had a note on our website that it was a superintendent tribute to superintendents, and I heard Bill McCarroll, Bill Carroll on CFRA, give a wonderful tribute to Joel, our superintendent. What can we do here to say thank you, Joel?
Yeah, it's an International Recognition Day. It means a lot even to me, to myself. I thank my retired father, who is a superintendent as well, and thanked Joel yesterday. Some members, you could see them coming forward, talking to Joel as he's doing his morning work, and it's great. And feel free, it's really a celebration week, so pop in and give him a huge pat on the back that he deserves for his decades of dedication to our club.
Yeah, he sure has. And Bill had a nice comment yesterday.
Yeah, so Bill, I was giving Bill a lesson. Bill's a great guy, and he offered to do a little shout out to Joel and to Carleton on his live talk show this morning. So he's so impressed with Carleton and how well it's maintained and the pristine condition. So he said, Tyler, send me a little reminder in the morning. We're going to do a little shout out on live air for Joel and his crew. So that was very special.
That's great. I'm really happy to hear that happen. Last week, Tyler, we took you out to the 100-yard mark on the 18th hole, and you gave us 2 ways of doing that shot, one more into the wind and one more regular. And well, take a look. Okay, I'm here this morning with Tyler Fitzgerald. We're on the 18th hole We're exactly 100 yards off from the center of the green. And this is the first instructional video we've done where it requires a full shot. And what we wanted to show was, well, there was a couple of shots during the club championship. One by Elliot Riddell and one by Brennan Miller. Two different shots. They were going into the wind. Well, let me show you the one by Elliot Riddell now. It's going to be on the green.
Right at the hole.
This is right at the hole. He could end up real strong. What a shot. Look at that thing. We're going to spin back.
Oh, John, that's unfortunate. He hit a great
Oh,
shot
my
there.
goodness. That thing was 5 feet away.
And it's off the green.
Oh, my. Okay, Tyler. We saw Elliot's ball hit the green 5 feet from the pin and then backspin right off the green.
Right.
What happened there? Why did it do that?
So Elliot was about 100 yards out, and come the afternoon of the club championship, there was a little bit of a headwind. He hit a remarkable wedge shot right to the number he was looking for. So he was about 100, 105 yards out. It landed and spun right back off the green. He later told us he had recently just got new wedges, and with new wedges comes new fresh grooves. Yeah. The spin on that ball was enormous. It didn't land and stop, it landed and spun back. So what I'd like to do today is try to show another way of playing that shot. And I think he was a little surprised on how much spin there actually was. When you're playing into the wind, that plays into you know, whether or not you want to hit it higher or lower. He hit it rather high, and with the extra spin, it just stood up there, landed, and spun right back. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look.
Okay. All right, John, so I got my Bushnell rangefinder, so I'm going to laser the yardage. Okay, so I got 105 to the pin. So part of my pre-shot routine, anytime I'm hitting a shot, especially with a wedge, is making sure I'm lined up properly. So I'm going to stand behind the ball. I'm going to pick my target down the line. I'm going to pick my little intermediate target right in front of the ball. I got my spot. And for these shots here, John, it's...
No, you got your spot in front of the ball. What are you trying to do? Hit to the right of it or over top of it?
Over top.
Okay.
Over top. So I got my spot. And what I'm doing here now is I'm making sure that my grooves and my face of the club are lined up dead square to that spot. Okay. Right there.
Wow. Okay.
Because I know that spot's right in line with my target. With a wedge, I'm not trying to hit fades or draws. I'm trying to hit it straight. I line up there. And
where's the ball? Middle of your stance?
Middle, slightly back. So we're trying to replicate the shot that Elliot played. So I'm going to try and flight it a little bit lower. I'm going to try and take off a little bit of spin. I want this ball to kind of land, one hop, and stop on the green. So I've taken my 115 club. So I've actually taken a little bit more club, and I'm going to do a little bit more of a 3/4 swing with a full follow through.
Okay. Hopefully our down the line camera can pick that up. Wow. Wow, that's very, very good. And I'm hoping our down the line camera picked that up. But you're about middle of the green there, and you've got a putt that a lot shorter than Elliot's, that's for sure.
That's right.
There was another shot played into the wind on that play by a young man named Brennan Miller, one of our juniors. I was just blown away by the shot he played. The wind was coming in. It was one of those shots you see the pros play when they're facing a hard wind on a par 3. They take this easy swing, the ball flights low, little draw, hits the green, skips and stops. Brennan hit that one a little hard, but it was so beautiful to watch come in. Can you show us how you can hit it a bit lower into that wind, just that little draw?
Sure thing. So Brennan had...
Well, I'm just going to show Brennan's, while Tyler's setting up. Here's the shot I'm talking about. This is a really nice shot coming in.
Country Club Ken and Country Club Barbie.
Okay, Tyler, well, we're going to set up here for that shot. So Brennan had this about the same distance. It might have been a little longer, but the wind was howling that day, and Brennan hit this beautiful low draw. I was sitting right back there watching this thing come in, and I'm going, wow, I'd love to be able to do that.
Right, so Brennan had a mid-iron in his hand. The wind was up quite a bit. It was probably a 2 to 3 club wind at that point in the game. What Brennan did, and he told us afterwards, you know, he was hitting a lot of low shots because all the wind today, or all the wind that day. What he did was, when he set up, he placed that ball a little bit back in his stance, and he had a little bit of his weight shifted forward to begin with. That's already going to start to de-loft the club a little bit. So that's taking the angle away. That's going to hit the ball a little bit lower. And watching him and watching his follow through, he finished a lot lower as well. It was not a full high follow through. He made sure that his follow through was low. So he lined up, played the ball back in his stance quite a bit.
And the iron you're using is a 4-iron there, I know.
This is a 4-iron. He just kept it back, and he did a little half, 3/4 swing. Kept
That's
it low.
actually not bad.
There we go.
Yeah.
Right beside the pin.
Yeah, that landed just beside the pin, a little bit off the green in the back, but it was still not bad. It went very, very low. Maybe a higher club for me, for example. I probably need a 6 because I don't think I can control a 4. Well, I don't even have a 4. So, but
that's the so with this shot, it is coming low. So holding the green isn't always the objective. It's really just to advance it, getting it close, and it did roll off the back a little bit, but so did Brennan's.
Tyler, thank you very much for today's lessons on 100 yards, and hope you enjoyed this video. Well, thank you for that, Tyler. That was very good. That certainly was good seeing the replays of Elliott's shot in there and what happened to it, and then Brendan Miller with that beautiful shot he made, and trying to replicate that one. That's also a great shot to have in your bag when you're playing into the wind.
Right, and that's the beauty, you know, like no two shots are the same, and really just understanding what are the conditions you're faced with, whether it's windy or non-windy, whether you want to flight the ball low or high. Having the creativity around the greens and hitting those shots, it's important in your game.
Yeah. Okay, this is the time when I have to twist his arm to get more promotions, but you know what, folks? I'm going to give this man a break today because he has been outstanding. We've got so many things on special right now, and things he's extended and things he's done. I'm just giving him a break. Tyler, just recap some of the things that you have on sale today and promotions that we have.
John, we still have lots going on. So first off is our wedge promotion, which we started a few weeks ago. So we are continuing with that. So any in-stock wedge that a member will purchase is 10% off. So we're happy to continue with that for a little while longer. Secondly is our clearance racks. So outside the pro shop, we have all our spring and summer items on our clearance rack. They're priced to go. We want to move them out so we can make way for more of our fall clothing to come in. And lastly are the Chrome Soft golf balls. They are remaining on sale until we clear out the inventory. They are $51.99 a dozen, regularly quite a bit more, regular about $65 a dozen.
Right. And the putter fittings and the putting lessons, they're going well.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot to mention, so the putter fitting, so anyone who takes a lesson, who signs up for a lesson for a putter lesson will also receive a free or complimentary putter fitting to go along with that lesson. I did 2 last week. I have 1 set up for tomorrow, so that is going well also.
Okay, so I'm giving the membership a warning. Men's clothes is coming up. We normally clean out that shop. So if there's something you were eyeing in there, you better go in and pick it up, because once men's clothes start, everything starts to get put away and you're going to be left out of luck. So don't hold off any longer. If it's on sale and it's in your size, grab it. Ladies wear, you're probably safe. We're probably good with that. You can probably hang on to that one, but everything else, hey, it's going to be open season once men's clothes start.
It's a good time, John. I've never seen Tyler put golf balls on sale for this extended period of time, so you get in there because it's probably not going to happen again this winter.
This morning we shot an interesting rules segment on number 11. Mike Doucette, who a local follower, sent in a great question about the 11th hole, and this morning Cam and I shot that, and well, here it is. Okay, Cam, today's rules question was sent in by Mike Doucette, and it was based on what we talked about last week when you were showing us a shot from behind this green, taking that 8-iron, running it up the hill, and getting it on the green so you can do a 2-putt. Unfortunately, I just did that shot, and I didn't hit it right. I hit it too hard, and it went over the green and into the ditch on the other side, which is yellow staked. What are my options from here?
A tough result. Unfortunately, I mean, we talked about playing a little bit safe, and maybe you made one of those half swings with your 8-iron, but you know, we do have 3 options. It is marked yellow. The one option while we're in this location is you can take a drop and you can play your next shot from the same location.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's a 1-shot penalty. For example, if this was your 3rd shot that you hit into the water, with the drop in the penalty, you would be hitting 5 from this spot.
Right. Well, I don't want to do that because I'm really nervous about this, and I have to practice this one some more. Are there any other options for me?
There absolutely are, and let's go closer to the penalty area, and we'll talk about the 2 other options.
Cam, my goodness, this ball is right down here. It went in over here, and now I don't really want to play that shot. I could play it, but I'm worried it's going to hit the bank, and it's just going to be a disaster. This is yellow staked here. So where do I drop? Because normally on a yellow stake, when you go in, you go back, but I can't go back because it's closer to the pin. What are my options here?
Yeah, that's correct. And you know, if you had a little bit better result and you were in the penalty area with a slightly better lie, you could absolutely play this shot. You're able to ground your club now in a penalty area. That is an option. That would be option 2. Option 3, if you're not able to confidently hit the shot from inside the penalty area, or obviously it's buried in the water, is we can go back in line with the pin. In this position on 11, unfortunately, back in line with the pin would be on the other side of the water.
So I take the point where I went in, I'd go to the other side of the water, and I'd line it up with the pin. Is that right?
Correct. You're going to keep this point where you entered the penalty area and the pin, and you can go back in line as far as you like. For example, you can drop in the rough or go back even further into the fairway section. It's another option for you.
Okay, Cam, just another point here. Suppose this was red staked. Now this is yellow staked here. If this was a red stake, what is the difference between the red and the yellow in this case?
If we were red, John, we would have one additional option, and that would be a lateral drop. And in that case, we're marking the spot, usually taking our driver, taking 2 club lengths and dropping laterally from the spot of entry. Again, that's a 1-shot penalty. Unfortunately, here on 11, that is not an option because it's marked yellow.
But when you do that, you have to have a spot that's no closer to the hole. If this thing curved around this hole, even that option wouldn't be available because you wouldn't be able to drop any closer to the hole. Everything would be closer. Is that correct?
That's correct. There's a few holes where we do have red stakes, obviously, and on 3 and 4, where you can easily take that lateral drop from point of entry, no closer to the hole.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's another difference between a red stake and a yellow stake, and be cognizant of that. Here is a classic example. I want to thank Mike Doucette for sending in this excellent question, and I hope you don't end up in this situation. I hope it's just unique to me, but if you do, that's the rule. Cam, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. So I hope not too many people end up where I ended up and having to play that shot, but once again it points out the difference between yellow stakes, red stakes, and what are options, especially on that hole, because you're going in backwards. Like when you're going on, normally on a yellow stake, you're going in from the front, but this time you're coming from behind the green into the yellow, and that was an interesting question, and thank you, Mike, for that, and we've answered that.
For sure, yeah. The most important thing to remember is you don't have that lateral option when it's yellow.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into some of the different activities. Learn to love it.
Learn to love it. We are wrapping up our Learn to Love It clinics. This Saturday and Sunday and following Saturday will be our last 3 clinics for all the Learn to Love It members. Like we mentioned earlier, this is a sold out category. We're so happy and impressed with how this category has gone. And a lot of the Learn to Love It golfers out there, if you haven't gotten all your games in, well, you know, we still have lots of time left. We have the month of September and October to finish off your rounds. But if you haven't signed up for the clinics, do so online this Saturday, this Sunday, and the following Saturday.
Sounds good. We have on Sunday the Women's Captain's Challenge.
Yes, so this is a very fun event. It's open to the entire, all the women members. It is a 3:30 shotgun on Sunday afternoon on the 17th. And this year's challenge, it's a 3-club plus putter challenge. So it's a 3:30 shotgun. There's going to be a lot of special on-course contests, prizes, and promotions as well.
Right. Mm-hmm. So if you tried to sign up for a tee time next Tuesday, you probably figured out that there's an afternoon morning shotgun here, and so the only tee times available in the afternoon. The ladies have first crack at the early tee times, and so it's the Costco tournament that's here.
Right, and so to a quick little update on that. So yeah, so Costco is here next Tuesday morning. It's a 9 a.m. shotgun, full field. We don't expect the course to open up till about 2:30 in the afternoon. We've made arrangements with both the AM ladies and the PM ladies to split their days. So the PM ladies will be going on Monday the 18th in the afternoon, and the AM ladies will be going on the 21st in the morning. So there won't be, it will just be open straight to members after the Costco event's over.
Well, we're going to talk about kitchen specials in a minute, but I just want to give a shout out to our great kitchen staff. We had an event here for my daughter-in-law. It was a baby shower on Sunday. And the food, everybody raved about, first of all, the place, the atmosphere, just fantastic. And my wife invited many of them back to our place after, and Sean made this curry dish that it was to die for. I made some rice to accomplish with it, but people couldn't get enough. So thank you. Look, folks, I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. The food here is outstanding. The atmosphere is outstanding. So if you're having an event, this is a place to have it. And I'll attest to that. It just went off super. Nothing to worry about there in terms of everything being organized and done right. So let's talk about kitchen specials.
Oh, and thanks for your support on the weekend, John. This upcoming week, Sean's got some great barbecue, Italian, and Asian fare. We have antipasto salad. We have pesto chicken linguine, barbecue ribs, a Thai coconut shrimp bowl, feta bruschetta or bacon and mushroom pizzas, and a tiramisu for dessert.
Sounds great. It sounds fantastic. And if everything was good as that curry, I can imagine you're in for a real treat this week. So, Tyler, I know this is a different video than what you're watching from the CTV update, but we wanted to also mention this. We just got a result back. We had the Carleton Cup being played this last Tuesday, and it's Rockland, Hawkesbury, us, and Brockville, I believe.
Cornwall.
And Cornwall, sorry, Cornwall. And we played up in Hawkesbury. How did the boys do?
The boys finished third this time, John, so they didn't quite get it done. Rockland came out firing on all cylinders. They ended up with 64 points. Hawkesbury, the host club, came up with 46. Carleton came tied for third with Cornwall with 29 points.
All right. Well, better luck next year, guys. But thanks for showing up, and thanks for going out there and once again putting it all out there for the team. And I hope it's got to be our turn soon to host one of these. So I hope that's going to be soon, so we can do some of the videos on it.
2 more years. We hosted last year, so a couple more years until we host again.
All right. Thanks about that.
Thanks.
Gentlemen, that's all we have for today. So until next week, play well.